everybody, and welcome to Houston Life on this Wednesday, July 15th. Guys, we're halfway through the month. Can you believe it? I'm Derek Shore. Courtney has the day off again, spending some more time with her family. But all week long, we've had some surprise guests filling in. It's been so much fun to have this rotating co-host seat. And today is no exception. So are you ready to meet today's co-host? You know and love her, our star, Lauren Kelly. Come on out.
Wrist, wrist.
All right.
Elbow, elbow.
I would get up and hug you, but we haven't hugged in how many months?
I haven't seen you in person, Derek, since St. Patrick's Day. That was my last day here, almost to the day. 4 months.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Wait a minute. That was 4 months ago? That's a third of the year.
Yeah.
March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, 4 months.
That's how I had to count on my hands too.
Wow. Well, welcome back. How does it feel to actually like put on heels and go somewhere?
So what's really funny, I didn't realize how bad my closet was before until I went to go put something on this time. I haven't gotten dressed like fully. You guys have seen me. You've been inside my house. I haven't gotten dressed probably since St. Patrick's Day. And I was just like, what do I wear? Do I have to put shoes on that are not Crocs? Like, I leave my house for one place, and that's to pick up my groceries, right?
You wear Crocs to the grocery store?
I know I shouldn't have said that out loud.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, I'm kidding. I used to have Crocs too. I really wanted some as a gift once, and my family got them for me, but then I was too embarrassed to wear them. But they are like magical shoes, right? They're so lightweight.
You see, they're good by the pool. They're really lightweight. They don't really matter if you spill something on them. They're not the prettiest, but they sure are comfy, and I haven't taken them off in 4 months.
Well, we're glad to have you back here in studio, and the heels that you wore today, they look great. How has it been being at home? Because you and Gabriel, clearly, you have a good relationship. You like each other. He's easy on the eyes. You're easy on the eyes. It's been so fun to watch you at home participate in these challenges and, you know, swim pretty much every day.
Thank goodness for the pool, right? Because we have always said if we didn't have that activity to do outside, we would have been inside the house for 4 months. So at least we had the backyard to get out and be active and do those things. But it's weird because we're still working from home. So there's a part of the day where it seems like I have to get in front of the computer. I have to focus, and I've got the dogs barking, and I have Gabriel who likes to be entertained, you know, like, hey, I'm here, but I'm like, I have to focus and go away. But they've been wonderful. Like, we've made it past the quarantine, right? So if you make it through quarantine, you're golden.
Yeah, and if you don't make it through quarantine, just get out now and realize that there are better things ahead, right?
Yeah.
I know, there's nothing like a quarantine to make you realize you either love the person you share your house with or you don't like them so much.
Yeah, you see all the flaws and you see all the quirks, and I have plenty of them, so.
You've had a really busy few months. So as a refresher to our viewers, Lauren has been part of the Houston Life family for a long time. For years, you've been appearing on the show, but you officially became a full-time member of the family last fall.
Yep.
Radio ended for you in December.
Yep.
And then just a couple months after that, instead of running out around Houston and doing all these great field stories and live shots for us, you were stuck at home.
Yeah, but we made it so much fun, and you guys checked in with us, and we were able to do all these really fun segments and workout, and we made drinks. I attempted to cook, but it's been really nice working from home and having the availability and the capability to be able to do that and to still check in with you guys. I don't feel like I've been gone for 4 months because I watch you and Courtney every day.
And we watch you every day.
And we kind of, you know, chit-chat back and forth via the television screen.
Via the Zoom?
Yeah.
The Zoom?
Oh, the Zoom. I will be so glad when Zooming is over. I love it. Technology is great, but man,
just to be face-to-face with someone, with anyone, with your coworkers, with your family members, we are so looking forward to that as well.
Oh,
and, you know, I'm also so ready to just be done with so many of these stressed out people who are posting things online. I mean, you're here on What's Your Problem Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
And typically on What's Your Problem Wednesday, we haven't really done it much over the past few months just because people have been so stressed out.
Yeah.
And I feel like y'all are probably seeing enough negativity on social media as it is. Like all of these people who are miraculously, like suddenly experts in science and medicine.
Doctors,
like who knew that unemployed like Aunt Karen was like a medical expert? I don't care about your opinion. Please stop posting. And these women who are, you know, freaking out about wearing masks, women and men, right? But it's just been sort of disappointing to see so many of these nasty encounters online, videos posted of people like losing their minds at the grocery store because they're being told they have to wear a mask.
We can't reiterate it enough. It is to protect you, it is to protect us and everybody else. This is the solution that they know is working right now. Let's just go with it. Who cares? You don't have to wear lipstick, right? Like, you don't have to do your face makeup from here up. It saves half the day.
I know. And as we've seen, especially in Texas, we live in a hot spot in Texas, right? I have a sister and her family. They live in another hot spot in Arizona where cases are just exploding, right? So as long as we're in this weird time, right? I mean, the best thing for the economy long term is for us to finally see these cases going down, right?
Yeah, I definitely am waiting for that curve to just kind of bottom out so we can get back out and reopen everything to its full capacity and to just live our lives outside of the house.
I know. I know. A lot of people are just feeling stir crazy and stressed out. I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt that when they're stressed out, maybe they're not their
thinking
best selves, thinking clearly. I don't know, but I find myself too sometimes scratching my head when I see even some of the comments that we get here at work. You know, when you're on TV, people feel like they need to tell you, like, oh, cut your hair, change your lipstick shade. Oh, thanks, Karen. Wasn't asking your advice. We want to know today, though, on What's Your Problem Wednesday, instead of sharing some of the comments that we've gotten.
That would take all day.
That would take all day. And calling these people out online. We want to hear from you, okay? If you've been somewhere recently, even if you're just online at home in front of your computer, and you're sort of like scratching your head thinking, is this person for real? Like,
did they really
just type that out? Or did this you know, video really happen? Like, do people really behave this way? Please let us know what your encounter was like, whether it was, you know, online or at the grocery store or, I don't know, out in the neighborhood park. I'm sure there are some good ones. And I do think that there is also something to be learned about, you know, sharing these. It's not just for entertainment value, right? But I think sometimes the way you behave, you don't quite realize how it comes off until someone holds up a mirror. Right.
Hey, you're being a Karen right now. Which, by the way, I have quite a few Karens who have reached out because we talk about Karens a lot. We love you, Karen, and I hate to use it, but it's just such a simple way to refer to Karens.
It's so simple.
And everybody knows what we mean.
I know. Hey, also, yesterday after the show, I ran to my polling place because I wanted to be sure and vote. Remember, I waited in line with Brandon for 6 hours, like 6.5 hours in February.
Yes, I remember that.
Oh my gosh, during the primary election, and that was really an experience. Vote by mail, vote early, do the early voting. It's a great thing to take advantage of here in Texas. I did not early vote for yesterday's runoff, so I was so worried that I was going to get stuck there, but it felt great to go vote, and everyone was all suited up in their protective gear, and I had my little, they hand out now at polling places a little alcohol wipe and a little protective finger thing, so you don't have to actually touch anything.
That's good.
But you know why? Not only do I love voting because it always feels so good, I am so glad today is Wednesday, the day after the election. Do you guys just get so fed up with these nasty, speaking of What's Your Problem Wednesday, these nasty election ads? They're getting worse.
It's getting so much worse. This is like the worst time of year for me because it just gets under my skin. It's just this childish back and forth, like, I'm gonna get you here. No, I'm gonna get you back here. And it just makes me want to shut everything off. I can't stand this time of year.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Well, I also think, too, that voters out there, I mean, I think that we are smarter and more savvy than a lot of these candidates give us credit for. So we see these political ads on television, and it's like scary music, and it's attacking the other candidate, and it's being... I like watching them because I'm like, oh, is this a comedy show? Is this a promotion for Saturday Night Live?
Right,
or is this person actually for real? Like, do they think they are sending out the right message? And you know, at the end, how these candidates always say, I'm so-and-so, and I approve this message.
Yes. Oh, well, gosh, yes.
I always say out loud, like, I'm so-and-so, and I'm desperate. I'm so-and-so, and nobody's taking me seriously right now. I'm so-and-so, and this is the best ad money could buy, but it's still terrible. I mean, it's like, come on, people, come on. Give the American people, give Texans, give Houstonians more credit. And stop with the nasty political ads. I'm so over it.
Think of all the money they spend and the people that don't win. It's just, man.
There was an election a while back. Yeah, and people always, you know, a lot of candidates will spend their own money. And, you know, they're like, I'm like, what are you even good at? Spending your own money? Okay, you've got a private plane. You're still wearing mom jeans. I mean, what's the takeaway here, right?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mom jeans and Crocs are okay, Derek. That is okay.
They totally are. And both men and women wear mom jeans. That's totally fine. Remember when the jean styles, you know, changed and suddenly like high-waisted jeans are back in fashion?
Yeah, but I don't wear them for fashion. I use them so that they can hold up my muffin top. It makes me feel more secure. Then I don't have to like fix my pants and my guts are just rolling on over. Just already up high enough.
A little bit. Oh, man. Well, thankfully, we'll get a little break from these political ads for a while. I'm sure this fall it'll probably get ugly, but I'm always trying to be optimistic, and I try to, again, instead of letting these ads like get under my skin, I'm like, okay, well, that was entertaining.
Yeah. Oh, if anything, it is definitely entertaining. For sure.
Train wrecks sometimes can be entertaining, right? Okay, well, thank you for sending your comments in so far. We posted that question about some of these awkward encounters you've had with people, whether at the grocery store or online, and already some of our viewers are starting to comment. I think we have Olivia's comment here. I hate when I'm walking my dog and a neighbor comes around the corner and sees me, but instead of moving to the other side of the street, they keep walking towards us. Yeah, then we have to cross the street. Yeah, you know what? It's true. And there are a lot of bike paths now and even walking trails and even in public spaces or private businesses where they've clearly marked
the social distancing, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
We feel your pain, Olivia.
This one's coming in from Sierra. I woke up and went to the chiropractic office and their AC broke. That is problematic for Houston.
Oh, man.
Anywhere without AC right now.
Yeah, this time of year, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. Okay, we'll keep those comments coming in. We'll get to more of them later on in the show. Also, we want to remind our viewers about this Houston Life Wine Club we've been doing. I know.
I've been following that at my house every Wednesday.
Right? I can't wait for us all to do a little virtual wine club. So if you check out our homepage, HoustonLife.tv, you can't miss it. It is right there, that wine club link. If you click on it and register, you're going to be the first to know about cool contests and giveaways, plus virtual hangouts with, you know, folks like Lauren Kelly, Courtney Savala, Derek Shore. I still think we need to get rid of that Lori Loughlin gift. Why did we choose that? She's her sentencing is coming up in a while. Anyway, she's probably drinking a lot of wine these days. I'm just saying. So you can get some free stuff and, again, learn about some of these giveaways in advance. We would love to have you join us.
Absolutely. And I want to mention what's coming up on today's show because I found it so fascinating. We're doing a drive-by Houston history lesson. But this is not your typical history class. I hit the road with a local historian for a drive-by history lesson, and we'll get the story behind the Rice downtown, the Kirby Mansion, and the Link-Lee Mansion.
Oh, my gosh. You know what? I think Brandon used to live at the Rice. If my memory serves me well. And one thing that I love to do, we have this Houston history book with these beautiful black and white photos. And I love just thumbing through that book and looking at downtown. I'm especially fascinated with downtown because you can see such a drastic, dramatic change between where it was 70 years ago, 50 years ago.
Housing. It was houses, and in the 70s, it's now office buildings. It's crazy.
Well, and you know that there's that historical home that's right next to Minute Maid Park? There's that one house that's still there. Right off Avenida de las Americas.
To sell it like recently or get the rights to it just recently. I don't remember what they came up with, but I know exactly that house that you're talking about.
Yeah, about 100 years ago, downtown, as you mentioned, all of these homes, right? And then as the skyscrapers started going up, then in like the 60s and 70s, there were all these surface lots. If you look at the aerial shots of Houston back then, it's all parking lots.
It's crazy, yeah.
Like where Discovery Green was, and now, little by little, we live about a mile from downtown, so it's always interesting to drive by what used to be a surface parking lot and see a construction fence around it, and then before you know it, boom, up goes another mid-rise or a high-rise.
Yeah. It's so cool. Houston has the best history. I love it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that, Lauren.
Yeah.
Also, this is something we've mentioned on the show before. You know how frustrating it is when you're out at the grocery store, you come home, you load up the fridge, and guess what? A few days later, that food has gone bad. You have to throw it in the trash. It is so frustrating. Waste of food, waste of money. So today, we're going to share tips to help your produce last a bit longer, which of course cuts back on that food waste and maybe will help us save a bit of cash.
Very, very cool. And after the break, eat well and support local. Find out the 5 places you can't miss at this year's Houston Black Restaurant Week. We'll be right back.
Well, welcome back. Why not give your kitchen a rest? Because this year's Houston Black Restaurant Week is in full swing with more than 30 businesses offering the best African and Caribbean cuisine.
Derek Robinson, co-founder of Black Restaurant Week, joins us now to share how we can all support this event amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
Derek, welcome to the show. It is good to see you. And first of all, just break it down. Give us the 411. How did this all start? When did it start? And technically, it really is 2 weeks now because the 1 week was too popular, right?
So it got started in 2016 with my other co-founders, Warren Luckett and Fallon Farrell. And we started in 2016, and it was a 1 week experience. And the support was so overwhelming that individuals like, we need more time. We need more opportunities to patron these restaurants. And so the following year, we extended it to 2 weeks. And then from there, we were able to take the experience nationwide, going from Atlanta to the Bay Area. And so we're really so excited. I know this is our 5th year of doing Black Restaurant Week, and we actually have a total of 60 restaurants participating this year in Black Restaurant Week.
This is really cool. I think it's a great idea, but obviously people are having some restraints when it comes to the COVID and the safety. Derek, tell us a little bit about how you are keeping things safe during this restaurant week.
Absolutely. And traditionally with our restaurant model, we have live events, but this year we decided to forego that because of course, COVID-19 experiences. And so we're really highlighting the restaurants. We're just highlighting everyone that has even the meal preps, food trucks, just anybody who is serving that food in the Houston area. And again, this year we're expanded to 11 markets outside of Houston. And we're just encouraging everyone to support the restaurants safely. So that is ordering takeout, curbside, phoning in, text messages, whatever that restaurant's operations are, we want them to comply with that.
Yeah, and I know, as Lauren said, Derek, a lot of folks, we clearly want to support the businesses, so a reminder that curbside and takeout, those are great options. Let's just talk about the importance of this event, because if you're a huge restaurant chain, they're hurting as well, right? But they typically have the marketing budget to remind people that they're out there. This event really shines a light on the fact that so many of these smaller establishments need the love more than ever because they don't have that money to do a marketing blitz.
Absolutely. And just as you said, Derek, small businesses are really the backbone of America, and restaurants are just that, the cornerstones of communities where individuals are able to just break bread and just have that moment to bond and talk about politics, religion, or, relationship issues and things of that nature. And so with that, I mean, as we all know, the restaurant industry took a big hit this year as well, too. And so having moments like Black Restaurant Week and having those restaurants being participants, we highlight them, bring that awareness, make sure they have their businesses open. And we've had so much success over the year. And we've heard so much success that's happened today. Like there's been restaurants that actually have to shut down because they have ran out of product. They've had an influx of customers come to their doors and they're just like, oh my God, we don't know. Hold on, wait. So it's just good for us to see that from the participants this year. I know just for example, the Greasy Spoon in Cyprus said that they oversold a whopping 841 plates, more than they have ever done since the opening day. So we're really excited about that.
That's so wonderful. It's happening now through Sunday. Can you give us a few more event details, Derek?
Yeah, absolutely. So this year we're doing a bingo. So the individuals can partake in the bingo. You guys can kind of see that there's different things that you can fill in to participate. And as you guys are rapidly completing those bingo cards, you're going to enter into a raffle for what can be considered a dinner on us, which is gift cards back to some of the participating restaurants. We are also having what we can call the Black Plate Awards, celebrating 5 years of culinary excellence in Houston. That is actually also going on our website. There's 9 different categories: best barbecue, best vegan, best international, overall, best restaurant, and then what we consider our H-Town staple. So there's a lot of great things going on our website.
And Derek, one of the things I love about this week is you have fixed menus for both brunch, lunch, and dinner. We got a couple minutes left in the segment. Let's cruise through some of these 5 restaurants we cannot miss, starting with OMG Seafood.
So OMG Seafood, they have 3 locations here in the city. I personally love their dinner for 2, which is like 6 fish strips and 12 shrimp and 2 blue crab. I love that. I love OMG Seafood.
That dinner for 2 I could probably take down by myself, for sure.
Yeah. Make it dinner for 4.
I see KREOLE in Humble. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah, so we're excited to have them, getting some love to suburban folks. And if folks didn't know, it was actually mac and cheese, National Mac and Cheese Day yesterday, and their Creole mac is amazing. It's to die for. So you can have a choice of chicken or seafood involved with it, and they just have a refreshing lemonade to try as well too.
Urban Frequency is a budget-friendly option with some vegan options as well.
Yes, so I love Urban Frequency. They have great branding, great awareness, and they're open on the weekends. And they have a really great burger called the Bun B that has boss sauce. So that is definitely one of my favorites from Urban Frequency.
That's awesome. Caribbean, the Island Spice Bar and Grill sounds delicious too.
Yes, and so they have weekly specials going on. They start at about $7, and they kind of go up from there. But I love their loaded fries. It's so amazing. It's really, really good.
Oh yeah, those loaded fries. You got to eat those with a fork, right? Also, Island 1515 Kitchen and Rum Bar. This has an American twist to it.
Yes, so they're downtown as well, and they have a really great items that they have weekly specials. They have their tiki tacos. They also have oxtail fries as well too. Those are just some of my other favorites, and they also have empanadas as well too. Some really, really great food.
Of these 5, I don't think that I could pick just one.
I know, I know. And it's so frustrating to like show all this delicious food during lunchtime when we're stuck here at the desk. But Derek Robinson, thank you so much for your time. We love what you're doing in the community. Congrats on the success of Black Restaurant Week, and get out there and enjoy Houston.
Absolutely. We'll share all of these restaurants on our website.
Thanks, Derek.
Thank you.
All right, we will be right back with some very special guests who have just shown up in our studio. You do not want to miss this. Well, welcome back. Tex has now joined us at the table, and he's a little bit stir-crazy, Lauren. Why is all this?
He's had a really big week, and every day he has just been taking some photos with rescued animals. And today's animal, are you ready, is Princess the pig. She is a Vietnamese potbelly pig. Is 1 month old.
What?
Princess is not available for adoption. She's going to live at the Houston Humane Society, but they have other pigs available for adoption. They will grow to about 40 or 60 pounds. She loves raspberries and milk. Can I go feed her?
Yeah, we have some raspberries. Lauren, you can take some of those raspberries.
Okay.
Is Tex gonna fit?
Is he gonna be okay? I don't know if I should put him down next to her. We'll just take a little look. Say hi, Princess. By the way, I want to point out she has on a blue and white Houston Life bandana around her neck. So
oh my
she's
gosh.
very stylish. Very, very stylish. What do you think, Texie? You saying hi to Princess?
Here, why don't I come around the other side and grab those raspberries?
Okay.
So we can give her a little bit of a snack.
Here's a question. When pigs' tails wag like that, is it like excited wagging like a dog? They're saying yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's going a mile a minute.
Okay, sweetie.
It's okay, Texie.
Can I just hold it out like this? Will she take it? Let's see if she's gonna. Come on, Princess. Come on, come on. You know what? I've always wanted a pet pig. This is why I don't eat bacon, right? Look how adorable she is.
I know.
Come on, sweetie. It's okay.
I think Tex just wants to run around and play, but you're just a little too big, I think.
Come on. come on.
But he's very excited.
He's very excited. And a reminder that Princess the Pig is one of just a handful of animals who will be appearing in this calendar, which should be available sometime next month during our annual Clear the Shelters effort. Princess, come on.
She's so tiny, you guys. If you can't see on via the camera, she's so tiny.
She really is tiny. How much does she weigh? Maybe 4 pounds?
Probably
4
around
pounds.
4. Aw, but she's going to grow to 40 to 60. That's quite the growth spurt.
You know, it's funny, too, because so many viewers are like, Tex is always sleeping during the show. I promise you guys, he has a lot of energy.
Well, Derek, why don't you maybe try to give her a few more raspberries?
Okay.
Coming up next, we're going to hit the road right with the local historian for a drive-by history lesson, but this is not your typical history class. So we're going to get the stop behind the Rice Hotel, the Kirby Mansion, and the Lingley Mansion coming up after the break. So cool. Well, if you like driving and if you like Houston history, this is absolutely for you guys. We're doing a drive-by Houston history lesson. We're downtown right now, and we're starting out at the Rice on Texas Avenue, and we're going to get some really great information from our friend Ann Becker. She's with the Harris County Historical Society, and she's joining us today with some great info. Hi, Ann. How are you doing?
Good. Hi, Lauren. Good to see you.
Ann Becker with the Harris County Historical Society. You're lending us a wealth of knowledge today. We're so happy that you are with us. And we're going to have 3 different stops around Houston, with the first stop being the Rice Hotel downtown.
Wonderful. That really is the beginning of Houston history right there. 1836, that is where the first capital of Texas was, right after the Battle of San Jacinto.
And you know what's funny is that you probably have had friends get married there. You've probably been to an event there in their beautiful ballroom and not known that there's so much history behind this hotel.
Well, my son just got married there and had his reception at the Crystal Ballroom, but I knew that there was history because when you're entering the building, there's 2 historical plaques on each side of the entrance, and one is for the Lady Washington chapter, the DAR, and I wrote that narrative for the Texas State Historical Society. The spot of land on which the Rice Lofts stand today has been in Houston history since 1836. Every president at some point or other when visiting Houston has stayed at the Rice Hotel. John Kennedy came there the night before he was assassinated in Dallas. They came to a LULAC convention to give their support behind that organization. And it was a huge deal all across the nation. Everyone was watching. Jackie got on television and spoke in Spanish. And it was really a wonderful testimony to how he was.
So, Ann, when did it become the Rice Hotel?
Well, oh my gosh, did you know that William Marsh Rice was actually murdered? The man for whom Rice Institute is named, the man for whom Rice Boulevard's named, he was actually murdered in New York. And years later, they figured out it actually was his valet who was poisoning him. When he died in 1900, part of his will was that the deed to the land, which he owned, said that upon his death, it would be named the Rice Hotel.
So I know that the Rice Hotel had to be remodeled, and it wasn't too long ago. I want to say it was in the 90s, correct, Ann, when it was remodeled?
Yes. The Rice Hotel in 1979, there was kind of a problem here where a lot of the downtown buildings went into a disarray. And I know they had a huge sale at the Rice Hotel in about 1979 where they had to get rid of the furnishings, all the china, and boy, I wish I'd known. I wish I'd been there. After that, the Houston Endowment gave the Rice Hotel back to the Rice Institute because William Marsh Rice's estate, they already owned the land, so they just gave the hotel to them to run. Well, it went pretty much into disarray for about 22 years. In 1996, the Houston Housing Finance Corporation bought the building from the Rice Institute for $3 million and then leased it to that magic worker, Randall Davis, who turned it into what it is today.
Our next destination, the Kirby Mansion. All right,
right, and what can you tell us about the Kirby Mansion?
Well, you're looking at an 18,000 square foot building. It was built in 1890s by John Henry Kirby, who at the time was one of the biggest lumbermen in the state of Texas. He was a lumberman, an oil man. He established schools. There's a Kirby town named for him in Texas. Kirby Street in River Oaks is named for him. He did a whole lot for Houston.
And have they maintained the inside of this house?
The lawyer that owned it for many years did an exquisite job in restoration of the interior of that house. It is so beautiful inside. It is a Tudor architectural style. It's just awesome.
Wow. What a beautiful house.
Yeah, beautiful house worth saving, isn't it, Lauren?
It is magnificent. Absolutely.
Next stop, over to Montrose to visit the Linkley House on the University of St. Thomas campus.
What can you tell us about this beautiful building?
In 1912, there was a gentleman named John W. Link, and he had the foresight to buy about 250 acres and start to develop Montrose. This is a home he built in 1912 for his family to live in. In 1916, though, he went ahead and moved on and sold it to Thomas P. Lee. Thomas P. Lee was one of the first members of the Texas Company, which is now Texaco. Now, after Thomas P. Lee died, it was sold to the Archdiocese of Galveston, Houston, and it has been the residence of the University of St. Thomas ever since then. But behind every wonderful building, there is a family that helped start or endowed it. That's the coolest part about Houstonians. They give back to their city. This is what's so important for all Houstonians to remember. We need to record our buildings and record our history. And applying for markers through the Harris County Historical Commission, that's how we make sure that people remember what we have to be grateful for in Houston.
Well, and this has been so much fun. And, you know, me being a Houstonian and living here my whole life, I didn't even know all of this amazing history was just literally in my backyard. So thank you for enlightening me and all of our viewers today. It's been really fun.
I had a great time, too.
Anne was so awesome, but I want to point out, you guys may have noticed the windows on the Houston Life vehicle are still painted. They say honk if you love Houston Life from my challenge last week.
Oh my God.
And I'm going to count them because we did get a few honks.
During your history tour?
We sure did.
Did you really? That's so funny.
So thank you again to Ann Becker of the Harris County Historical Society. You gave us all of that amazing information.
It was so much fun to watch. I need to go back and watch it because we were a little distracted with a little piglet in the studio. But Brandon lived at the Rice for 2 years.
That is so cool.
He lived on the 14th floor. There was a pool in the basement. He loved it.
In the basement?
There's a pool down there.
Wow.
You should try to sneak in one day.
Okay.
Also, did you know we do have a weekly article online called Houston History? Every single week, our digital producer, Carlos, explores a moment from our city or state's past, complete with, of course, fun facts and pictures as well. If you would like to check it out, just visit our website and click on the Scene on Houston Life section.
Very, very cool. Still ahead, it is National Pet Fire Safety Day. Find out what you need to know to keep your home and your fur babies safe. Did you know an estimated 500,000 pets are affected by house fires every year? Though many think of their pets as family, they're often left out of emergency planning.
Yeah, it is so true. Today is National Pet Fire Safety Day, and Lieutenant Dennis Maldonado of the Community Volunteer Fire Department is here to help owners be better prepared for a disaster. Welcome, Lieutenant. It's great to see you. And what Lauren just said is pretty staggering, that about 500,000 pets here in America, this is according to the American Kennel Club, they're affected by house fires every single year. And when it comes to family planning, a lot of parents talk to their kids about getting out safely, and we don't think of our pets. So where do we start?
Right. I mean, so I don't have the exact statistics for our area, but an alarming amount of house fires and incidents that we make do involve pets, whether it be dogs or cats or otherwise. And so, you know, although it's very important to protect your own safety and your kids and everything, but, you know, pets are just as important. You know, many people, myself including, treat pets as an extension, as a part of the family. So having a plan to be able to get the pets out in case of a fire is just as important.
Mm-hmm.
Today is National Pet Fire Safety Day, and this is an interesting fact. Nearly 1,000 house fires are started by your pets each year. You don't think about that, but a dog knocks over a candle or a cat doing the same thing. How can you be more prepared for things like that?
Yeah, so there's plenty of examples of, dogs are curious, right? Dogs and cats and everything, they're curious, and, they want to see what's going on. They see food on a kitchen stove and they want to climb up and get that food. So, just the basic things of extinguish any candles or open flames around pets. Pets are curious and they're going to be attracted to those things, especially if you're home alone. But in the kitchen, try to secure or remove any knobs on the stove. A dog may want to try to climb onto the stove to get to some food, and they can inadvertently turn on those knobs and start gas or maybe catch anything that's on the stove on fire. On that note is try not to leave anything on the stove when you're away from home. If that stove does turn on, whatever's on that stove could catch fire because it's just heating up and heating up. So try to leave that kind of clean and nothing on there. And ensure anything that has heating elements or electronics, they stay unplugged, turned off, and out of the way from any pets being able to mess with them. And likewise, discourage pets from messing with electronics or any loose wires. You got lamps and Christmas trees and stuff that would have loose wires all over the place. Try to discourage pets from wanting to chew on those and play with those. And lastly, I would say, just the normal, test and maintain your smoke detectors and other fire alarms in your house, and test them monthly, change the batteries every time you change the clocks. And if possible, use a monitored service so that when you're not at home, in the case of smoke alarm activation, you can get an alert on your on the text, or it can call the fire department automatically.
Wow, it's the stove thing you just mentioned, Lieutenant. I mean, I think a lot of pet owners wouldn't even consider that their dog could potentially turn on the stove. Right. Let's say in the event of a fire, being prepared with what to do in case of a fire, you have some very common sense steps we can all take, starting with putting a sign in our front door or window indicating how many pets are in that home.
Yeah, I mean, there's no standard for it, but putting a sign, near a front door, near a front window where firefighters and first responders are going to be able to see those signs would be very helpful for us. I know, if I see a sign to say, hey, there are 2 dogs in the home, and where those dogs may be, I'm going to put some effort into trying to find those pets. Other things you can do to kind of prepare for a fire involving pets is avoid locking the pets in a room. Some people like to lock pets maybe in a closet or something when they're when they're away from home, because maybe they're not well trained enough to be let loose in the house. But that could mean, if there's an emergency like a fire or smoke or gas or something, the pets have no way to escape. So if possible, try to keep any pets or kennels near the entrances of homes where first responders can easily find them. Additionally, pets like to hide when they're scared, and when there's a loud smoke alarms or there's fire or anything, pets typically do sense that something is going wrong, and they'll hide. They'll go to a hiding spot that they're comfortable in. So try to find out where that hiding spot is, and once you find that out, you'll be able to know where to find those pets, or where to tell the first responders to find those pets in an event of emergency. And then, what you should do is make your pets part of your emergency escape plan. You should have an emergency plan. You should practice that with your family, but have your pets be a part of that plan. So encourage pets to find you in an event of an alarm or something. Assign roles to family members. One family member can find the pets, another family member can get the supplies like the pet food, the leashes, the collars, the medications, and then practice that plan with your family and your pets. And then lastly, I'd like to say is keep contact information up to date with the collars, chip implants, and even contact information with your vets. We had many times where homeowners would tell us they can't find their pet in the house fire. Well, we can't locate them either. It turns out they actually ran away without us. They saved themselves, and a neighbor may have found them down the road some other time. So keep contact information current, so when pets run away, they can be located.
Well, it's certainly important to have a plan in place. Lieutenant Dennis Maldonado, thank you so much for your time today and for helping to keep our pets safe.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And to our viewers, in case you missed any of Lieutenant Maldonado's tips, do not worry. You can find that info on our website, HoustonLife.tv.
And coming up next, don't let your produce go to waste. We've got simple tricks to help you get the most out of your next grocery trip coming up after the break.
Well, welcome back. If you find yourself throwing out tons of produce week after week because it is not staying fresh, you might not be storing it properly. And along with that food waste, you're also wasting money.
Lots of it. Here with a simple life hack that will help your produce last longer, lifestyle and parenting expert Sherry French.
All right, let's start with bananas, a staple in my home. And guess what? This is how my bananas always end up looking, round, and I always put them right into the garbage. Not anymore. You can actually have two different options for brown or ripe bananas. Make a banana bread, or you can actually take these bananas, put them directly into your freezer, and use them later to make a smoothie. Two great tips for your bananas that are ripe. I love my bananas very green or just a little bit yellow, but how do I keep them this way at home? Bananas actually give off a gas called ethylene, and that ethylene gas spoils the produce faster. So what we want to do is grab some cellophane wrap from your kitchen drawer, take a little piece, and we're going to wrap the stem tightly, and by doing this, this keeps the ethylene gas in longer, which makes our bananas last longer because that gas isn't spoiling it. Great ideas for bananas. Moving on to celery, a staple also in my home, but I would come home from the grocery store, take it right from my bag and put it into the fridge with the plastic on it. Wrong! What we want to do to make our celery last as long as possible is take our tin foil, take the celery actually out of the plastic bag, and we want to wrap it as tightly as possible to make them last as long as we can, and we're going to put them in the crisper drawer in our fridge, and by doing this, celery can last up to a month. A great way to keep our celery in our fridge. Moving on to tomatoes, I was doing this completely wrong. I was always putting my tomatoes directly into the fridge, and that cool air actually makes the tomatoes lose their taste. We don't want that, so store your tomatoes outside of the fridge, but also when you're storing them, we want to store them stem up, just like they be on the vine. Why do you ask? Well, what happens is when we start storing our tomatoes on top of each other, upside down, they'll actually bruise, which of course will make them go bad faster. So always store your tomatoes stem up outside of your fridge. Moving on to potatoes and onions, I was kind of doing this right. You do want to store your potatoes and your onions in your pantry in a cool, dark place. What I was doing wrong is actually storing them both together. Well, that ethylene gas, potatoes also give that off. So by that gas giving off, it's going to spoil our onions and potatoes faster. So all you want to do is keep them in the pantry, but separate them and keep your onions and your potatoes away from each other. Last but not least, apples. We're looking for produce during this time that's going to last the longest. Apples are a great way to do it. They're healthy, they're great for our kids, they love them, you can bake with them. There's so many options for apples, so you can buy a ton and know they're gonna last for your family for a long time.
All right, some simple tips right there. Sherry, thank you so much for that. If you would like to connect with Sherry, you can visit our website, HoustonLife.tv.
And we'll be right back with a look with what's happening tomorrow, including some more viewer comments coming up next.
Coming up tomorrow on Houston Life, singer-songwriter WYLIE Hubbard just dropped a brand new album called Co-Starring with collaborators like Ringo Starr, Joe Walsh, Chris Robinson, just to name a few. What a legend. We're going to chat with him about his new music, storied career, and what he's got coming up next.
Hello, it's National Daiquiri Day on Sunday, July 19th. I'm going to be celebrating. We're all going to be celebrating early by featuring a local shop right down the street. They're a Black-owned family business with a crazy startup story and even crazier drinks, which of course we will sip on set.
You know, that is such a Texas thing. The whole idea that you can get daiquiris to go, or like the drive-through margarita place. I remember 4 years ago when I moved here, I was stunned when I found out that was a thing.
Well, your first instinct is to go, but how? Like, how can you do that?
Like, how is this possible? Because you're not supposed to drink them until you get home, people. We got a really funny comment from our viewer, Marilyn. Check this out. She's got a rosemary bush in her yard. People walking bring their scissors and actually start snipping. Oh, no. And if they would ask, she could tell him that the last person's dog ate used the restroom there. I mean...
Maybe she should move it to the backyard.
Yeah, are these neighbors you know, Marilyn, or are they just strangers on the street? I think technically, depending on where you live, isn't the law that if something is hanging over the property line, like if you have a fence and you have a grapefruit tree and it's extending over the fence onto the sidewalk, like technically I think other people can pick them. I never would though.
Right, right. That's just weird.
I don't know. It sounds like a great way to get some fresh rosemary to me. Marilyn, if you could just text me your address.
Send it on to Derek.
I'm ready to... We love to cook at our house. We could use some rosemary. I did take a start of rosemary from my mom's backyard in Salt Lake City, and it was growing here for a while, but this summer was a little too much for it.
It's too hot.
I don't think it's going to last.
It's very hot.
It's been so much fun having you on the show today.
Thanks for having me back in the building, guys. Derek, it's been amazing.
It's been great. When do we get to see you again?
I hope tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow?
Maybe.
You had so much fun today, maybe you'll come back?
Can I sign up to guest co-host tomorrow?
There is a sign-up list, and I think your name is on it. Also, thanks to all of our viewers for your comments today. And Lauren, you got a lot of fans out there who are glad to see you back in Studio B.
Should I end things with the Derek dance? The sprinkler? I've been practicing.
You're doing a great job. You get an A+ on the Derek dance.
And then
we'll
the Courtney.
See you back tomorrow. Is that what it is?